guys, we're today at the Cultiva 2016 and I'm going to have some interviews with many seed banks we have in our web shop at Canna-Seed. Let's go and follow us. Come on guys. Hello, we are here at the booth from Dutch Passion and we're talking to Jouke today, and now I'm going to ask him the first question. Hello Jouke, can you please introduce yourself, like what is your position and job in the company?
Okay. Yeah. Hello everybody at Canna-Seed, nice to meet you. My name is Jouke. I'm mainly responsible for marketing in Dutch Passion, but because we are a small company with not many employees, I also am involved with some of the sales, and I'm always going to the fairs, so I have several jobs in the company.
What can you tell us about the history of the company? When was it founded and how did it come to the establishment of the company?
Yeah. Well, Dutch Passion was founded in 1987. Next year we exist 30 years. And so we are going to celebrate that big. You will notice some big promotions next year. We are one of the classic seed companies from Amsterdam. We have a large collection of more than 50 varieties of our own genetics. All our genetics are originals, and we have many famous ones like White Widow, Blueberry, Orange Bud, Power Plant. And still now, for example, in the coffee shops in Holland you can find a lot of our strains. But also we have a lot of new varieties. We innovate continuously. We have very good auto-flowering strains, CBD varieties, and even a Frisian duck. That's like a variety with leaves that don't look like cannabis. So that's our latest innovation.
Okay. Let's talk about the origin of the genetics first. Where did you get the original genetics from?
Yeah. Well, in the beginning it was not easy to obtain genetics. And the founder of the company, Henk, long before he started the seed company, he traveled around the world to South America, Afghanistan, India, and a lot of places. He took seeds from there back home and he worked with them. And also in the beginning time of the coffee shops in Holland, all the cannabis was imported. So sometimes it came with seeds. So he also used those seeds. And he has been starting in the 70s with developing his own genetics based on those imported seeds outdoors. So he worked together with friends and made their own strains outdoors. And after a couple of years he obtained really good quality cannabis, and then this cannabis replaced actually the imported cannabis. So that was a big change in the scene.
And how long do you work on a variety until you sell the seeds?
Well, there's a lot of difference. Some varieties take many years to develop. For example, with the auto-flowering varieties, they are really good now, but in the beginning they were not so great yet, and we had to do a lot of work to improve them. And now they are just as good as feminized strains. I think we took maybe 7-8 years to achieve the current really good auto-flowering varieties. Some other varieties might be more easy, but at least we spent like 2 years to make a good new strain.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk about the germination rate. Some clients expect a germination rate of 100%, which is obviously not possible, but how do you handle it with complaints about germination rate, and what is realistic?
Okay. Well, I think if you are a good experienced grower, it's realistic to expect a germination rate of around 95%. So that means that if you buy 20 seeds, one might not come out. That's nature, that's normal. But less experienced growers, beginners, sometimes have lower germination rates because the circumstances are not good. For example, it's too hot or too cold, too wet or too dry. All of that is not, it can be a problem. Anyway, we think that everybody who buys good seeds should get good plants. So if for whatever reason they have a problem with germination, I advise them to contact the reseller, Canna-Seed, or us at Dutch Passion also. And just show some pictures, explain what went wrong, and then we will try to help those people to solve it. Because we think that if you buy expensive seeds, you should get some nice plants.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the packaging. Would you say your seeds are safe to be sold? And what about the rattling? Is it loud or is it perfect the way it is?
I think right now the market is divided between online and offline. There are some grow shops in Europe, more than 2,000 now. They sell the seeds in the shops, and that's good. And online there are a lot of websites just like Canna-Seed to sell online. And seeds are perfect for ordering online because they're small, you can send them in the post, and we have a new packaging. If I can give this to you.
Yes.
I can show it. This is our new packaging. It's a tin box. We introduced it here at Cultiva for the first time. And inside the tin box you can find the package. So this is a paper seed pack. And here you have the strain name, and inside there are the seeds. This paper pack has a plastic cover in the inside, so the seeds are protected against water and all that kind of things. And then they go in the box, and closed like this, they will arrive safely to everybody.
That looks pretty cool, very nice.
Yeah, we're very happy with it. We worked very hard to get the new packaging, so we're really proud that we finally have it back. Yeah.
Wow. Let's talk about the recommendation for rookies. What would you recommend for beginners? Which variety of your seed bank is easy to grow?
Well, for a beginning grower, of course every grower has its own needs and wishes and everything, but in general I'd say it's a good idea to start growing outdoors if you can. That's much easier than indoors. Start somewhere in spring, like in May for example, it's a good time to start. And the easiest would be to grow an auto-flowering variety. They stay a little bit smaller, but they finish faster. So you have your yield also faster, and you will have less problems with bad weather in autumn. And if you have to grow indoors, sorry, I would also choose auto-flowering strain to start. You can give it 20 hours of light every day from the beginning till the end. And one very important advice for beginners is to be careful not to give too much water and not to give too much nutrients. If you give nutrients, just respect the label of the producer. They know very well how much you can give and never give more than that. Because we see a lot of beginners who are giving too much water, then the plants get too wet and that's not good for the root system. Or they give too much nutrients and then they get slow growth and ugly plants.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
Okay, and what are the plans for the future? Are there any new strains planned?
Yeah, we are working on our collection for 2017 right now. I can already tell some strains which we will introduce next year. We'll introduce a very fruity variety with the name Passion Fruit. It will be a feminized variety for indoors. And it's I had some samples in my hands and it really truly smells like candies. It's a very special variety, really sweet. And then there's going to be a new auto-flowering strain, and that's going to be Auto Duck. I told you earlier about Frisian duck, the one with the special leaves. And this will be the auto-flowering version, stabilized with the duck leaf. So that's a very interesting new one also.
Okay, and now last but not least, why should the customers buy your seeds and not others?
Well, I think the customers first should look for the strain they really want. So just if you know a strain you really like, you go searching for the right producer. And we have a lot of strains that a lot of people like. We have a lot of classics, new auto-flowering strains. So a lot of choice. We have a great packaging now. The quality is good. We give also very good service. Everybody can contact us. And they can even visit us in our shop in the south of Holland, in Maastricht. People can just step by in the Dutch Passion shop and speak with us. So I think that's a nice thing. And if you want to meet us in person, you can also come to the fairs like Cultiva, Canna-Seed, Spanabis in Spain. So there are a lot of places where they can meet us and buy our seeds also.
That was it. Thank you very much for the interview.
I want to say one more thing. Thank you, Canna-Seed, for this interview. It was nice to meet you. And I would like to say, if you are looking for Dutch Passion seeds, buy them from Canna-Seed.